Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is, I guess, a little different. I like to try to delve into all kinds of different categories and things of that nature. So today's video is going to be about my daughter's nightmares, and also kind of asking for input and help on best remedies, I guess you would say. So first of all, I have no makeup on, so this is what you get. And the hair, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about that, so deal with it. Okay, so anyway, so my daughter's nightmare. She'll be 5 at the time of this posting. She's 5 years old, or will be 5 years old. She has, in the last couple months, really been basically crying every time she goes to bed because she doesn't want to go to bed. She says she has bad dreams all the time. Now, a lot of the times in the beginning, it was like, bears chasing her, someone after me or daddy or herself or something like that. But in the last few weeks, it has kind of progressed. And those have turned into, and I did keep a little account of things that she has reported. So the most recent has been, so this one concerns me because she says that someone talked to her through the camera. So she does have a camera in her room. We have the Motorola typical camera. Now, this does not have Wi-Fi access. It is just simply a motherboard, or what they call it, and a camera. It's in the corner of her room that we kind of check up on her to make sure she's still in her room, make sure she is asleep when she's supposed to be. I rarely ever check it, honestly, anymore, because she is at the age of not necessarily needing it. But I just like to have it for my security purposes because I don't know. And okay, so she said someone spoke to her through the camera, and again, does not have Wi-Fi access. So I'm wondering if it can be hacked, even though it doesn't have Wi-Fi access, and if someone is actually talking to her, or if it is a dream. She did say that it sounded like me. Now, I have not personally spoken to her through this camera in a long time. Several months, and it was just, hey, get back in bed, love you, good night type thing. And I tried to not scare her, because in the beginning, whenever I first started talking, first started talking to her through the camera, she would get scared, like terrified, and just cry and freeze up, basically. You know how when you're a little kid and you pull the cover over your head because it's going to make it go away? That's kind of what she would do. So I would always be like, hey, you need to get back in bed. It's bedtime, okay, baby? I love you. Be like soft and sweet. But she said it sounded like my voice, and I haven't spoken to her in months on this. She said it told her to go to bed, and it was in the morning. So I guess the the sun was up, and it told her to go back to bed. So she says. Now, I really don't want to go down the paranormal aspect of this, because I just don't want that in my life, okay? It's that terrifies me. I used to watch it all the time when I was, I guess, a little bit younger, not too young, like in my 20s. It kind of started really scaring me and affecting me, I guess, after I had children. The first time that I remember it terrifying me, and there's a gnat. Okay, first time that I remember it terrifying me was the first episode of Supernatural. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but the dad passes by the room, the baby's room or something like that, hears something on the monitor. I can't remember, so the monitors already scare me, but the mother was on the ceiling. Oh, and I had just given birth to my oldest. So that terrified me. I was like, nope, turn it off. Nope, don't want to watch it. So I really haven't been able to watch supernatural type things and paranormal in a long time. And I really don't want to go down that road here. And I don't want to bring that into my life. But I think it's just her imagination kind of getting the best of her and her subconscious. But I don't know. Okay, so she also states or said that someone pulled her out of bed That also terrifies me. I think what affects me the most is the kids being involved in any kind of paranormal thing, but because I don't have control over that. It's not me, you know? I mean, I couldn't fight anything I couldn't see, but you best bet I will try. But someone pulled her out of bed. A boy pulled her out of bed. Now, I was thinking, did you see him? Asking all these questions. Did you see him? What did he look like? All this stuff. So she said, a boy, red shirt, blue pants, brown skin, black hair. I asked her, well, were you asleep or awake? And she said she was asleep while he pulled her out of bed. But then you keep asking her, she'll go back and forth between being awake and asleep. I asked her, where did you see him? Where was he standing? And then she didn't know. So that's why I'm like, granted, she's 4, or was 4 at this time. So her recollection, why can I say that? Recollection of thoughts and memories aren't as great as, someone older. But I'm still not going to completely push these aside, because the movies, it's always in the movies that the kids are more, what's the word for it? That basically they can see more than adults can, or something like that, and I don't really want that to happen. I don't want her to be scared every time she goes to bed. But I will say, and that's all that I've captured since I decided to keep tabs on it, but there was other things before that, and I was like, this is why I started writing it down, because it was kind of like, all right, you're getting there, you're scaring me. So let's see, we have not caught anything on the monitors, because I do now look more occasionally. Never hear anything, never see anything. There was one day recently, I guess last week or the week before, that I was going to put her clothes away, that's what it was, and then she was saying, sorry, I'm sorry to her camera, and I was like, what's going on? She's like, I told it to stop watching me, and I felt like it made me mad, so I said sorry, and I was trying to explain to her, babe, the only person in that is mommy and daddy. The only people that should see you is mommy and daddy. And I don't know if that's gotten to her yet. She talks about it nightly. I'm thinking about taking it down. Maybe that'll help. But also she has just in this past few nights started sleeping again with her sister, because they have a good relationship, and her big sister finally is letting her sleep with her again. And before that, there is this, and to kind of, I guess, help with the nightmares or whatever they are, there is a Netflix series. It's called Brainchild on Netflix, yes, because it's a Netflix series, Brainchild, and it's a kids' educational show, and it's very good. Both my children love it, but we started watching it, and there is one episode on how to prevent, or about dreams, basically, and how to prevent nightmares. And one of the suggestions is to cuddle a stuffed animal. So in the last, I guess, few weeks, I haven't really had any new stories from her, which is good. I don't want any new stories. I'm just trying to get prepared if this does happen again. But said if you hugged a stuffed animal at night and fell asleep. So she had been doing that, and she kept waking up saying, Mommy, I didn't have any bad dreams. So thank you. Thank you, Brainchild. I appreciate that, greatly appreciate it. And I love your show. My kids love it. So if anybody from Brainchild, producer, director, Netflix, whatever, watches it, thank you. It's a great show. Anyway, but that's all. And I just kind of wanted to reach out to you guys to see what you thought. And again, please, let's not go down the paranormal aspect of this, because it makes me nervous and it scares me. I don't like there's being something that I couldn't fight, and I really don't want to open it up to bring it into my house if they exist. I don't know if it exists, and I don't want to believe one way or the other. I want to be dumb to it. I don't want to know anything about it. But if there's any other thoughts on what could be allowing her to have bad dreams constantly. Now, like I said, within the last week or two, she's been cuddling a stuffed animal and sleeping with her sister, so there's no recent stories. That's good. But there is also we listen to Reddit stories, the scary stories like Let's Not Meet. That was back in October around Halloween, and my oldest loves those stories. Ember, the youngest. Now, I keep saying my oldest and youngest. My oldest, in case you don't know, is Zoe. My youngest, the one that has been having the nightmares, is Ember. And she likes the stories. She actually asked today if we could listen to some scary stories. I was like, no, let's not, because I don't want it to get into her head. And then at bedtime, it kind of coming back to her, because I know that's the best time for all the bad memories and the bad everything that has happened in the day and you've thought of starts to come in your mind at nighttime. Yeah. So, but that's the only thing that I could think of that could have possibly caused some nightmares. It's not really night terrors, and she's not frozen, so I wouldn't say the sleep paralysis or anything like that. Oh God, I would die if she had sleep paralysis, because I know I've heard of the stories. And to have my daughters to go through something like that, oh, that would kill me. But any ideas, any thoughts, any help, anything, feel free to put in the comments below. And I always do talk back. I love to hear from you guys, and I love to comment. I love the interaction on the videos, so please keep that up. And I am seriously, honestly asking for input, thoughts, advice, whatever you got out there. But that is all that I have for this video. It's going to be a relatively short one, but that's kind of all that I have on it. Like I said, I didn't start keeping the stories until after she had a few, and I can't really recall the earlier stories, but it was enough to make me start keeping tabs on it and what was going on. So that's that. And until next time, I will see you. Love you guys.